Vidkom je spagata. That's what they would say to little boys and girls who were growing up. It's quite literal. Spagat means to grow the tip of a spike. It's a proper stage in wheat growth called spagatura, where the leaf on the land reveals a bit of what soon is going to be the wheat spike. The one that's going to support all the wheat grains. It usually happens in late April, when you can still see the green land which will turn yellow in 1 or 2 months. Even if the sun was out, the early morning air was still cool. The same cool air I would feel on a Sunday morning, woken up with the chime of the church bells and the chirp of birds that would perch on the clotheslines. 8 a.m. I would then rush to my window to admire the view and see if on that day I could see the mountains from a distance. Usually, my eyes were drawn to the dancing bed sheets hanging from above, trying to follow this wind's harmonious choreography. That would be my grandma in the kitchen. She would be cooking our second meal ready, preparing a delicious frittata to go with our main course, which probably would have been minestrone. Ricciolo, vieni dukatavat sulla lest, she would say from afar. As a child, lest was one of the expressions that I heard most. Probably because it's in the Montese nature to have to do everything quickly in order to luadanans, meaning to get things done quickly to have time to do other things. And for the Montese, it's impossible to run out of things to do. Both my grandmothers have been at home for a long time now, elderly and with little strength. Yet, they never stop doing chores around the house. The concept of stopping and resting is quite unknown to them. But back to my breakfast. She would tell me off because while having breakfast, I would be distracted by cartoons and not focus on finishing the milk she had heaten up for me. Ci dà ferro, she would say. That literally means if I catch you, which in theory should sound like a threat because I'm not behaving. Also an instance of the verbal brutality that Montese can sometimes have. But it was always followed by a smile and often resulted in an affectionate kiss on the cheek. My favorite cartoon to avoid finishing all that milk was La Pimpa. I remember I was so jealous of her. Every time I tell my mum, "Oh, I wish I lived in her world. Look how peaceful. Look how you can do anything there." Ever since, I've looked for that world. I've met lots of people, I've seen lots of places, I've experienced lots of feelings. But I've fully blossomed here in my hometown, just like the wheat spikes spication in the countryside. I'm creating my own Pimpa world, which is in constant change. But one thing I know for sure, it's as vivid and peaceful as hers.